They say every soul has a twin somewhere in the world. But what if your twin is not alive? What if it's you from another life? This is the story of Amara, a young woman who left home searching for peace, but found a version of herself waiting in another city. What she discovered will shake her soul, and what she became will leave you speechless. If you're listening to this, hold your breath, because what happened to Amara could happen to anyone. Amara sat by the bus window, her face quiet and tired. The long road stretched like it had no end. The sky was heavy, the clouds gray, and the world outside felt new but strange. She was leaving her old life behind. Her mother's death, her broken dreams, her small town that never stopped whispering her name in pity. She said to herself softly, "This city, maybe it will give me peace." The bus rolled into a place called Valoria, a big city full of shining lights, noise, and faces she didn't know. Amara stepped down, holding her small bag, and looked around. The air was cold. The wind smelled of rain. She rented a small apartment in the quiet part of town. One old building with long corridors and mirrors at every turn. The landlord was a kind woman, with deep eyes and a voice that always sounded like she knew something. "Welcome, my daughter," the woman said. "You remind me of someone who once lived here." Amara smiled politely, though her heart beat a little faster. "Maybe we just look alike," she said. Days passed. Amara tried to get used to the city. New job, new streets, new faces. But something felt wrong. People looked at her with strange smiles. Sometimes, a stranger would wave and say, "Elena, you're back." Amara would shake her head. "No, my name is Amara." But they would laugh like she was joking. One day, she stopped by a small coffee shop. The man at the counter looked shocked when he saw her. "You again," he said. "Didn't you say you were going to Paris last month?" Amara blinked. "Sir, I've never been here before." The man frowned. "Are you sure? You look exactly like the other woman. Same smile. Same voice. Her name is Elena." Amara felt cold inside. She left the shop quickly, her heart racing. Some nights, Amara would wake up and feel like she had lived this life before. Same room, same sound of rain, same dreams of walking on streets she'd never been to. Sometimes, she caught herself answering to another name. "Elena." She would laugh it off, telling herself it was just her mind playing tricks. But deep down, she knew something inside her didn't belong entirely to her. That evening, it rained heavily. The wind pushed against her window. She sat on her bed, hugging her pillow, trying to read. But something kept calling her from outside. A feeling, a whisper, a pull she couldn't explain. She walked out with her umbrella, following the sound of the rain and her own footsteps echoing on the wet ground. Then she saw her. Across the street. Standing under a streetlight. A woman in a red coat. The same face. The same eyes. The same way she tilted her head when thinking. It was Amara. Amara dropped her umbrella. The woman across the street smiled. A slow, knowing smile. Then she turned and walked away. Amara ran after her, shouting, "Wait! Who are you?" The woman disappeared into the crowd. The next morning, Amara couldn't eat. Her hands shook as she searched online for the name Elena Voss. There it was, a missing person report. A girl named Elena who vanished 3 years ago in Valoria. She looked exactly like Amara. Her heart pounded. She printed the photo and took it to her landlord. The woman's eyes grew wide. "Ah, so you've met her," the old woman said quietly. "She lived in this very building. Flat 12. But that flat was locked after the fire." Amara's voice trembled. "What fire?" The landlord looked away. "Don't ask questions that open doors, my daughter. Sometimes when the past knocks, it's better not to answer." That night, Amara couldn't sleep. She kept hearing faint footsteps in the corridor. The lights flickered. A mirror in the hallway glimmered even in the dark. When she walked closer, she saw something that made her freeze. Her reflection was smiling, but she wasn't. She stepped back in fear. Her reflection lifted a hand and waved. Amara screamed and ran into her room, locking the door. Her heart beat like a drum. Then came a whisper, soft, right beside her ear. "Amara!"
Or should I say Elena?
She turned sharply. No one was there. Only the mirror, glowing faintly in the darkness. Her phone buzzed on the table. A message appeared. From Elena Voss. Message: we need to talk.
Stop pretending you don't remember me.
Amara dropped the phone, her breath shaking. She slowly turned toward the mirror again, and there inside the glass, she saw her other self standing behind her, smiling. The reflection whispered, "Welcome home." Clapperboard to be continued. Please like, comment and subscribe for part 2 of this thrilling story.